Jeremy Fowler of ESPN was writing, they were emptying the notebook, if you will, today, some insiders. And Fowler wrote the following. One team quarterback marriage to watch is Jared Goff and the Lions. Goff is putting together another Pro Bowl performance for the 7-2 Lions, and 2024 is the last year under contract at $26.65 million, well below his market value. Goff and the Lions have had talks about the future, but no deal is in the works this season. In the offseason, however, the Lions will likely up their efforts to secure Goff's long-term future. He's only 29, and the Lions know asking Goff to play the final year of his current deal is untenable. This is a marriage that has worked wholeheartedly, with Coach Dan Campbell telling me before the season, quote, when you have a quarterback you believe in, why would you ever move on? So, again, like I said, I'm not sure there's anything particularly new there. I didn't hear that quote before, but it's not a shock.
Which quote? The last one you read?
Yes. Here's the thing about it. I'm going to guess when we talked about Jared Goff's contract leading into this season, there was some pushback of extending him before the season. I think anybody that was hesitant about Jared Goff and extending him, are they hesitant anymore?
I don't think they're hesitant about extending him, but I do think that they're going to be fiscally responsible. I don't think they're just going to go willy-nilly and give him the biggest contract in football. And I don't know. I have no idea what Goff wants. We talk to Goff every week. I think he's an incredibly level-headed kind of guy. Got a dry sense of humor. I think he's great for this team. I still, when I watch the videos that the Lions put out after games and they win, and everybody's in the locker room, and
yep,
and then he ends up breaking them down at the end because he's the captain. It's hard to even. I still have a hard time processing that because he's not what I think the typical captain is. Somebody that's all in front of the cameras and rah-rah and all this. He's unquestionably the leader of that team, and yet he's not, terribly in your face about it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the way he presents himself. A little laid back, that I don't think that he's going to ask for $55 million a year. But is he deserving of it? Sure. His agent can make a strong case of, pay to my man. Pay to man his money.
I'll never criticize a player or a person trying to get what he thinks he's worth and the most value that he deserves for himself or his family, okay? But I think if you're Jared Goff, and you're right, Gator, we don't know what he's thinking and how much money he wants. But I think hopefully he realizes this, and people around him realize this, not just his agent, because, agents only care about the money, right? But other people realize what a blessing this may have been to come to Detroit. I mean, he was left for dead. He was the scapegoat. McVay didn't want him. The Rams didn't want him. The league thought he was done, essentially, right? Most of the league. Mm-hmm. Brad Holmes still believed in him. Dan Campbell got here, and was like, hey, this guy could be our guy. Don't count him out. And guess what? They're 7-2 right now. Favorites to win the division, and if not more. I hope he doesn't forget that this is a place where it kind of reborn, and started his career all over again.
Second act of his career.
Exactly. So you don't have to be that break the bank guy. I mean, you're going to get rich, man. Let's just be honest.
He's
you're going to get paid.
Rich,
you're going to get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
I hope that's not what putting him over the top is what keeps him from being a quarterback here.
I find this very interesting because we've done this for years, and the term hometown discount gets thrown out there. And whenever that does get thrown out there, one of the first people to push back on that is our producer Kang. And you're not talking about a hometown discount, but you're talking about maybe a discount because of it's not only what Jared Goff's done for Detroit, but what Detroit's done for Jared Goff.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not the hometown discount. I think people kind of put way too much into that usually. This is just this is the right place for me, man. This is what,
It's his right fit.
Exactly. And I hope that he doesn't, like I said, he's going to get paid a ton of money. I just hope it's not, hey, we're fighting over $5 million extra. Hey, stay here for $5 million less, if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think you're right. Holmes is fiscally, I think he's going to be responsible.
You look at some of the monster contracts that have been handed out there, and not all the contracts are guaranteed, but I wonder if it means more if you look. I know that maybe $55 million is probably the number that you could get, but if we went with a number that was at 50 or just under 50, but we guarantee the whole contract, is that good enough to keep you here and get you to sign right now? I mean, they'll have I think they'll go into it with the best intentions, and hopefully both sides can work this out and get it done before the draft, and you know what it is. The other thing is the NFL makes money hand over fist, and that salary cap keeps going up every single year. Nobody is better than the NFL for finding revenue streams. They continue to do it.
That's why they keep going to Europe.
In a recession, doesn't matter. Well, yes.
Sorry.
Thanks for the jab. But in a recession, they're still making money. The cap is still going up. It'll continue to go up. And these numbers that we see when we're like, oh my God, did you see that he just signed a deal for 7 years and $350 million and it's all guaranteed? That's crazy. Like, well, is it? Because that percentage of taking up the salary cap, instead of being at 38 or 40% of whatever that big number is, it's actually closer to 30 or 25 because the cap has gone up.
Well, if you were hesitant about a new deal, are you still hesitant?